Yes, guys, welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102, the three-man game. Further to my special update when I'm walking down the road like a fucking idiot. And yeah, I do sometimes think, if people hear me and they hear me talking about a fucking football game, they're gonna. But I always take a route where there's hardly any people. Okay, so a quick blast at the three-man game. Further to what I said earlier on, but I just thought it's always good to do a proper update with the computer present. So we're at the end of season 136. Do you know what? It sounds bullshit, don't it? It sounds ridiculous. But there is one big thing I need to point out about this game, because the date today is the 12th of December 2023. So tomorrow, the 13th, right? It's a very, very special day on this game. It is the 10th birthday of this game. Can you believe that? My fucking daughter is only sort of like almost a year older than this game. We started this game on the 13th of December 2013. I know what you're thinking. You're either thinking legendary or geeky. I'll let you fucking choose. But yeah, so it's 10-year anniversary. So I thought I had to do a video whilst I got an opportunity, because logically I should have done it really. I should have done it tomorrow. Now the reason it's loaded up as a solo with Pep playing is we were due to have a session. Ian didn't turn up, or we were hoping he would turn up, so we did a scouting session. We don't ever advance any game days, shall I say. So let's have a quick glance. Remember the Colombian that I purchased? Look at him. Little story behind this guy. So we've all been tracking this guy since the days that I was manager at Chelsea. And I noticed he was never interested in me. Pep went for him, got a deal accepted. Sanchez rejected the move. Ian bid, got a deal accepted. Sanchez rejected the move. I did it, and they've been doing it ever since. And then all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, I saw like a few months before the window. No, about a month before the window opened, I saw Pep had an offer accepted, and he didn't reject the move. So I thought, do you know what? That means Pep's offering a contract. That still tells me he's probably not interested, and he won't be able to offer a contract that he's going to accept. But nevertheless, Pep's bid 60 million over some sort of deal, so I'm going to match it. So I bid 60, as you can see, 20, 20, 20, and I offered terms. I offered 130 grand, I really maxed it out. And the funny thing is, right, is when I went to offer contract, it actually said he only wanted 85 grand. Now, the bottom line is he wasn't interested in me. That was a silly thing. And if I just show you really quickly... if I just show you really quickly, there you see, only one player from Chelsea is interested, and he never shown. So it just shows that that's flawed a little bit. So, at this point, I've had an offer accepted, and I've offered a contract. Ian throws a bid in, 60 million. I would imagine something similar in terms of the structure. And he rejected the contract. He rejected to even discuss terms. Ian was pissed off, and I get that, because I would be. Ian says, that's weird, and it was weird. Now, the only thing I can think of, at first I thought, oh, maybe he's got me as favoured staff because I managed him at Chelsea. But then I thought, you know what? But then he was agreeing, he was looking at contract with Pep. So then I thought maybe, because you develop these throughout a career, he's developed Man United as a disliked club. That is the only thing I can think of. So either way, who gives a shit? I got him. I've also brought in Van der Steen, again another player that I managed at Chelsea, 30 years of age, but he's going to tighten up the ship at the back, no doubt about that. The goalkeeper I was talking about, Casanato. Now I did a compare player search against my current goalies, and he came up on top. So and when I bought him, they celebrated it, funnily enough. And I can't remember if I showed you Bettini from Pep. Did I show you this guy? If I did, apologies that I'm duplicating it, but if I didn't, I've got to show you it. That is a Colombian fucking green mean fighting machine. Falco regen, absolutely brilliant. And as a result of some of those signings there, I've had a lot of players go. A lot of players gone. Even Edwin Brumer has gone. He's been a loyal servant. Oh, not as much as this guy. He's been a big servant for me since I think he's one of the first players I ever signed, actually. But we've still got Ronaldo regen and Neymar regen up top. That's our formation. very middleman, very fast forward, as you can see with the arrows. Very, very happy indeed. So, let's have a quick blast now then to Man United. Ian, no one this side of the update, but let's have a look at some of the signings. Alberto, again, questionable purchase in my opinion. Now, this is a great player. This is a great player because De Virus, I had him, and I also had him at Holland, or had him for Holland, and he never really came up to what his stats look like. I think his pace has dropped, but I think he could be a good player for Ian. And I think this midfielder, and this is Ian's ex-player, funnily enough, I think his pace and decisions could have dropped because he sold him for 96 million, and as you can see, he's repurchased him for just under 20 million pounds. Actually, tell a lie, it's not 20 million, is it? It's going to cost him a lot more than 20 million. 45 it's going to cost him, I'd say, because he'll probably make those 10. He'll make those 10 league appearances, and he'll make probably those 10 internationals. So yeah, so that's Ian's, and I don't know if you saw that guy. That was an ex Southampton goalie. So Ian, you know, trophyless season, last campaign, he needed to do something. Over to Pep, one player this side of the update. Now, I said to you about the Colombian, where I spotted that Pep had a deal accepted. This guy was on my shortlist, and for whatever fucked up reason, I missed it. I missed that Pep had an offer accepted. Therefore, I then missed that he agreed terms. So, looks a really good player for the future. It depends really where Pep's going to play him. For me, he's an obvious defensive midfielder and not a defender. With his positioning so low, hopefully Pep will play him in defence, particularly when I'm playing him, and he'll flop. So you never know. Before the update, let's have a look at Pep's signings. You can see he's brought quite a few. Padovani from Lorente. He felt that was a good enough goalkeeper to replace the one he sold to me. I disagree. Good goalkeeper, but I don't think he's good enough to replace. So, fuck you, Pep. Dubois, I don't think he's good enough personally. He's one of my ex-players. I don't believe he's good enough personally at all. This Turkish player now, I don't think he's good enough for Pep's setup. If Pep used wingers, I think he'd be handy, because you can see he's got creativity, he's got crossing, he's got dribbling, he's got pace, he's got passing. But Pep don't use wingers, so who knows if Pep's got that in mind. Didier Clanet, a decent midfielder for the future, I feel. I think he's got a really good deal there. He paid a lot of money, 6.5, 60, 17 odd million pounds in total. I think he had a few deals go pear-shaped there with the board intervening. Josh Price, he beat me to Josh Price. Now, I didn't go all out on a contract, and I don't think Pep did either, to be honest with you, not on 35 grand. But I think he's got a good player. I believe that might be Craig Bellamy, regen. But I think he's a good player, a very good player. But again, for me, he'd be a good player really on the wing, I feel. But again, you know, who knows if Pep's got anything up his sleeve. And finally, Kevin Perez from Nuneaton. Somebody for the Rezzies. To be honest with you, he's got that 18-year-old. But he picked up this guy first. So maybe, clearly I was tracking him. But I don't think he's good enough. I don't believe he's good enough whatsoever. So we'll see. And finally then, before I fuck off then, as I said to you, we are at the World Cup quarter-finals. Now, I believe, don't quote me on this, I'm guessing, the draw's not been made yet, but I'm guessing it's not a draw, is it? I'm playing Portugal. Am I to assume that's the case? Ian's England will be playing Italy. The Ukraine will take on Czech Republic. Belgium will take on Brazil. Let me remind you that Pep is Germany, who didn't qualify for this. Just don't want to dig up old wounds here, Pep. But Pep left Sweden, who he'd already qualified for this World Cup, left them, joined Germany, who hadn't qualified. And he still denies. I had breakfast with Pep on Saturday, and he still denies that he made a mistake. Bollocks. And that's it from me and the three-man game, guys. And we have got a planned session tonight where hopefully we will conclude the World Cup and a bit of pre-season if Ian is online. If he's not, then we're up to date. Till next time from me, guys, take it easy.